I never intended to write a book about the paranormal. The events reported in this book were discovered by accident. In 2009, my elderly mother, Celia Sinoy Hinojosa, asked me to research the Otero family genealogy. All her life, she heard she was a descendant of Don Toribio Otero, the first title holder to land in Arizona. As a youth, Celia was raised by her grandfather, Ricardo Otero, and Francisca Quijada Otero. Ricardo explained to Celia that the Otero family once owned a Spanish land grant in Tubac, Arizona. The last Otero family members to own the land grant property included Arizona cattle kings Sabino and Teofilo Otero. Stories were not enough. Celia wanted proof. Before I die, I have to know if I belong to those Oteros. Just because you have the same last name doesn't mean you're from the same family. She was right. She was always right. I honored her request. After months of research, court records confirmed our ancestral ties to the Otero family. Grandfather Ricardo Otero was Teofilo Otero's son. So what does family research have to do with ghost tales? It started on a bright September morning in 2010. I had been invited by the Tubac Golf Resort and Spa Management to share Otero family history with resort staff. The resort has an interest in Otero family's history because the resort is located on the site of the original Otero Spanish land grant of 1789. I accepted the invitation and made my way to Tubac. Mother was my constant travel companion throughout the year and a half of family history research. This trip was special to her. That morning her excitement was palatable. Her body leaned forward in anticipation. Her eyes sparkled with childlike wonderment as we drove down Avenida de Otero towards the resort's registration office. This would be her first and only stay at her ancestor's Spanish hacienda. The hacienda and surrounding area is affectionately known by the locals as the Otero. Our first day at the Otero was memorable and involved several unexplained events. The next morning, the Otero family and land grant history presentation lasted less than an hour. When I opened up the forum to questions and answers, the first question asked was, "Did you have any paranormal experiences at the Otero?" The staff grew excited as stories of full-bodied apparitions, disembodied voices, and poltergeist activity were shared by the attendees. My curiosity piqued. I asked the resort general manager for permission to conduct staff interviews to explore this newly discovered mystery. Permission granted.